Runeterra deck that I had played a bit of a while back. And one of the nice things that Runeterra does from balancing their format perspective is because they're a digital card game that gets to nerf cards instead of ban them, even when things get changed, they often still tend to be playable. So I think the only thing that's different in terms of text boxes from the last time I played this is Sparkle. Sparklefly is a 3-mana card instead of a 2-mana card. But this is basically just an evasive deck with like protection spells for its creatures and combat tricks to push damage and race people. So it's a type of tempo deck I really like playing in card games. So I don't know if this deck is very good, but we're gonna play some games with it. I was playing it a little off stream and it seemed to be working well. I think I won 1, 2, or 3 and lost 1 or 2. Zoe and Fizz were attacking on odds, which is great. So for people that haven't seen Runeterra before, Runeterra is similar to Magic in that you can play responses to spells that your opponent plays. But the thing that really differentiates it from Magic is every player is playing every turn, in that essentially the best comparison to Magic is every single turn, both players untap, draw a card, and play a land, or in this case, gain a free resource more similar to Hearthstone. Runeterra is less popular than Arena by a lot. It's one of the newest kids to the block when it comes to bigger digital card games, and it is one of the less popular because of that. First to market is huge. I think Runeterra is also a bit harder to get into because the gameplay has a lot more depth than a lot of other things, a lot more going on. Alright, so this does what? The first time you slay a unit with a spell, grant me +2/+1. Sure. I'm gonna go ahead and play Pocket Aces. This card's only cheaper the turn we draw it, so if I don't play it this turn, it's gonna turn back into a, I guess if I get Mystic Shotted here, I get kind of screwed on this. So maybe that play is bad. Let me get Mystic Shotted in. Yeah. Have another Zoe here at least. That's pretty punishing though. Zoe makes the roses. I think I'm fine just making Star Chart cheaper here. So every time Zoe hits, if you have a Star Chart in hand, she makes the existing one cheaper, and if you don't have one in hand, she generates a new one. Zoe's one of my favorite shapes in the game. She's really sweet. So she levels up when you play 10 differently named cards, but until then, she just like generates value as an elusive attacker.
Can a spirit fight to the death? Thinking I'll learn soon.
Yep. So you'll note here, in addition to the deals 3 to an enemy and 3 to another. Wait, so if I counter this is a real bull. So I just like cast this and then Fizz counters this, right? The opponent might not have a lot of experience playing against Fizz, because that was a face-up trick because they knew that card was there. It was generated from Zoe. No, they updated Fizz's art. They started adding alternate arts to things. This is definitely different than his art used to be. One of the many gorgeous, beautiful things about Runeterra is you can get full art artwork from all of the cards just directly in the client, which is great. The art IP in this game is just so good. Let's do this because it gives Fizz elusive and then attack for 3 here. Elusives like flying. These can only be blocked by other things that are also elusive. This deck is mostly elusive Dorkos that attack past.
I fight for a brighter
So it says Challenger, which means it can force my things to block it, which is not great for me. So this is a good example of the resource system in Runeterra. I have 3 mana I'm not using here, but rather than just losing it, yeah, so the resource system here, you gain 1 every turn similar to Hearthstone, but you can carry over up to 3 mana across rounds. So this 3 mana I didn't use and the 1 mana they didn't use doesn't just go away, it comes over in this spell mana. And this extra mana is mana that I can only use to cast spells. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and silence this now, which wipes all of the modifying text off of it, which means it loses Challenger and won't be able to kill either of my things this turn. So I'm gonna silence these 2. And then Zoe's at 6 out of 10 cards towards leveling up.
Gems are superb. Bad for the teeth, though.
So attacking in Runeterra is similar to attacking and blocking in Magic. Thanks for the follows, Victor and Chris. They declare attackers, and then we declare blockers with the caveat that, oh no, they killed Fizz. Thermo Beam's real good there. With the caveat that blocking is 1-to-1 in this game. So one blocker for 1 attacker. All right, so we'll put this here, and then we'll take 7. The eye here on the left always tells me what's gonna happen inside of combat. So you can see here, like if I block here, it shows me Zoe would die and I only take 4 now. So if you ever have a question about how combat's gonna play out, the eye is the way to find out. Yes, the eye is lovely for knowing, like, do I need to block and then how my blocks are happening as we go. Okay, so she's seen 7 out of 10 differently named cards. So if I go Gem, Pocket Aces, Wiggly Burblefish, she's going to level up, which is great. So let's gem her. Now she's at 8 out of 10. Pocket Aces her. Now she's a 4/4. Play this free Burblefish. The first Pocket Aces was on the other Zoe. And now when Zoe's leveled, she says whenever I play an ally, all other allies gain the same keywords as that. So when I played this elusive unit, this gained elusive. And she also generates a card called Behold the Infinite, which is more powerful than the super cool star chart she was previously generating. Yes, and the Mentor having elusive is super strong here. And Zoe is buffed out of range of Jace being able to kill her with Challenger. Although he gets 5/5 when he levels up, right? I probably want to put this onto this still. Yes, C will reset because it means that particular card has to see it. So this is targeting my thing, and since it's a slow spell, I can respond. So I think I'm going to go ahead and use Bastion here to give this spell shield. Now, if my opponent has a fast spell, like a Mystic Shot, they could crack this spell shield. They do not. Now I have to decide who I want to power up here. Do I want to make Zoe bigger, or do I want to make Burblefish bigger? I think I just want to make Zoe bigger. So I'm going to put my opponent to 4. And Zoe still has spell shield here, so the first time they try and target her with something, it's just going to get stopped. Yes, Behold means if you have this thing with these attributes on hand or in board, is exactly right. Meteor Shower is fine. Jace might level up before we can Meteor Shower him, but like killing one of the 3/3s is like also fine. It's better than the other options there. If you're someone that was hanging out when we were playing Magic, by the way, if you don't see it, if you refresh the stream on PC, there's a mouse over overlay that should be up for cards too. If you want to see what a card does yourself, if I don't talk about it enough. Zoe is a thick lass, yeah. We are vengeancing this, which means this is gonna level up. And look, if I mouse over the eye, it shows me their champion's going to level up, and it shows me that, hey, you're gonna get gems for this happening. Because this generates gems when it dies.
This is the cutting edge of progress.
I think we just go 4 and 1. Just want to clear attackers out of play since I'm down to 8. Their deck is PNZ, so it does have access to some reach. Wait, that must have been a misclick. They must not have realized who I was dealing for too. Opponents had some slops this set for sure. They still didn't fix this checkbox in this patch. That's sad. And remember, Zoe's elusive here too, chat. So if they don't kill me this turn and they don't deploy an elusive, she's probably gonna get to kill them next turn.
Figured out the clutch on that thing yet? Get on in. You can tell me.
Player, good boy out. Why is the border different? They have a, is this the cosmetic one? Oh, this is the cosmetic. I have the cosmetic with the border. Oh, on the dog. Because the dog's a celestial card that's generated. Okay, so now I have to decide... Do I want to deploy a second threat that can be lethal on its own, or do I shove with this? So is there something that punishes me here for just what beats me if I just attack to start versus deploying this before I attack? So the way the combat system in this game works is I can attack with things the turn that I play them. They do have to break Spell Shield first, yeah. I think I'm supposed to play this out. Yeah, like a Drain plus a Vengeance would kill us here, right? So I think I want to play around that, or like a Mystic Shot. They've showed us both Mystic Shot and Vengeance, so I think I want to play around those. Thank you, love. She brought me a snack, chat.
Hey, show me that again.
He doubles your spells? Wait, they could have killed Zoe here, right? Because the first one would have gotten stopped by Shell Shield, but the second one wouldn't, so they should just be dead here, because she's elusive. Good stuff. I just want to be a little bit extra deliberate when we're playing some Runeterra to start here, because it's been a while since I've played, so I want to try and not get blown out by things, if possible. Just talk it through a little extra what the permutations could be. Yes. So, by not attacking to start, you give your opponent a chance to play units that could be blockers or play slow spells. If you start by attacking, they can't deploy extra blockers. They can only play fast and burst spells. I think I'm just supposed to full mulligan hands that don't have Zoe or Fizz in them. Thanks for the follow, Dedonick. Yes, focus spells can't be responded to like burst spells, but can only be cast outside of combat. Is accurate.
The spirit gives to those who listen. The dark beckons.
They have an elusive dork of their own.
Gems are superb. Bad for the teeth, though.
They cannot hide.
Sure, Fizz dying here isn't really a big deal, I don't think. Yeah, definitely. We talked about the balance changes a little bit ago. And links are always welcome in chat if they're relevant to what we're talking about.
Floaty crystal.
They are enabled for a reason. So do I want to just attack and pump up the goat? Or do I want to sparkle fly and get that going? The problem is, so here's the thing. If I attack, I automatically get the support bonus, which makes this bigger. But if I deploy this first, they could stun or kill this, and then I don't get a support bonus from it if it gets stunned or killed this turn. So again, that real tension between trying to decide, okay, am I doing this to start or are we waiting? And I think I'm actually gonna go ahead and try and save this inside of combat here. Just give it that extra toughness so I can keep stacking through. Sure. This worked out fine for us. I think I'm gonna gem this, so that way it doesn't die to Mystic Shot next turn.
I possess the secrets of Kinku. Reality is just your mind crumbling under what it doesn't understand, silly.
The dragon lives.
Rain and lightning.
So if I put the goat here, they'll resonating strike and then I can Bastion, but I don't know that that's good enough. I guess it eats the cannon, which is nice. They could have like a recall though, is the problem. It means they won't be able to recall this later. Oh, I guess this is treating. I think we do this. I think we go there, and then we do this to make our thing bigger. And we get a bunch of gems here. Are they gonna play another cannon out and then kill my Zoe? Uh-huh. I think I want to just get a bunch of elusives into play here, huh? So let's heal this up. And then let's Sparkle Fly and see what they do. And then if they play something that makes me want to do this, I can do this, and then we can Burble Fish for free.
I fight with my spirit, not my fists. It's too late for you.
Yes, attune specifically gives you a spell mana.
I thought you'd never ask.
Fly too if I had wings.
I think it is Lambton. The gem on the goat turns into extra damage over time, right? So like giving them two, like the damage on the goat's potentially a real question, but like the gem's gonna turn into damage on my elusive units.
How can someone be so boring?
Sounds dangerous. I'm in.
Sure.
Charge! Nailed it.
So he's at 8 out of 10.
Don't ask how I got it.
That's great.
Universe demands change. I'm doing it anyway.
So 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So I don't... I guess we technically have Hearthstone lethal. What are the odds they have a piece of interaction though, right? Just like super high. I think I'm supposed to kill this. What do we think about killing this? They probably have a stun, yeah. Is my thought as well.
How's it going?
Yeah, I think we're supposed to... just do this. I'm expecting Zoe to get stunned here though, and to not get a thing. Yeah. Okay, so we wouldn't have had lethal regardless. We'll just chill on these for now, I think. Do I moonlight this, or should I be saving this? I can kill them through this, right? I guess if I silence this, they have to have 2 pieces of interaction. Because I do this, and then I have 12 without this. Yeah, I think, okay, yeah, I'm gonna go for it. It does mean they can't level it this turn, that's true. So they have to interact with 2 of my things here, and they cannot. Sweet. Oh yeah. Keep the Zoe for turn 1, obviously. Mulligan the rest of these looking for something else. Karma Ez, eh? Thermo beam. Poor Zozo, chat. Poor Zozo. She was so young. Alright, so we'll take the pass, which lets us bank 2 mana. And then we can play Zozo out here with 4 total mana, so if they have 1 way to kill her, we can Bastion them off of it.
Not my fists.
Yep.
Time. I need more time.
I hate this card so much.
I am prepared.
I dislike the design on this card. Not a fan.
Mystical levitation requires concentration.
Okay, so I think in this matchup, I want to try and grind card advantage with Zoe for the most part. So I'm going to Star Chart before I attack here. So that way, if she connects, she can generate another Star Chart. There's a hard cap on the number of cards in your hand at 10. If you go to draw or generate a card at 10 cards, and you just don't get it, it gets destroyed.
Ionia speaks through me.
Karma costs 5 now. That's terrifying. This is nice. Lets us save Zoe from another deal too. use the sleight of hand before I block here, so that way we get to generate the gem. Otherwise, we'd lose it. Meh.
Knowledge springs from many sources.
So this is their second spell, which means Eye of the Dragon's gonna pop next turn. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 9. So we can go ahead and pass here, because we won't burn a card. So I don't really want to attack these into the Dragonling here. Well, it's not bad. Let's try and get Moonglow down on here. I have this to protect as well if they have a way to deal some damage. Oh, that's brutal. That resets all of her progress towards leveling up. Look how sparkly. It's pretty punishing. I was thinking they're not SI, so they don't have anything like Vengeance there. I was just thinking about damage-based removal. A Spell Thief is a nice one to manifest. What you doing over there? So this levels up when they become enlightened, which means they have 10 mana. So on their next turn, that's gonna level up. Fizz is a nice one. They have a pretty hard time dealing with Fizz. Yeah, Spell Thief has a lot of potential here for sure. Okay, so we're gonna heal this so that way she doesn't die to a deal 2, because you can't respond with these because they're focus speed. We'll play leveled Fizz out. Chum in the water. Do 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 do. I think I was gonna let this die to burn, but get a gem. Honestly, I think we're probably about at that point. Okay.
Mother Moon Veil.
Just out of reach.
This is 8. They're at 14. Eight, 9. This is 10. Ezreal is leveled. Zoe's only at 6. Yes, if you go to draw from an empty deck, you lose like in Magic. Puts her to 7. Well, there's another Moonglow. Gosh, do I try it again? And get Will of Iona again? How many Wills does the opponent's deck usually play? Can they afford to play a bunch of them? Or is that card still kind of slowish at 4?
Oh, come on, come on.
I feel like it's gotta be slowish at that mana cost rate. I can also level her in response if they go to do something here, because I haven't played Sunblessed Figure or Spell Thief with this out, and she's at 8 right now. This deck levels her up really consistently. Oh, I'd already vigored. Yikes. Okay, well, that's fine. This happens.
Wheel turns. Day becomes night. Time to be sellers.
Yeah, Thermo kills Karma here, and it does level her. The interface on this really needs to be able to pop up and show me a list of what I've played already. It sucks that it doesn't provide that information for me. Digital should track that. Their RNG on random generations has been pretty good. Just got a Hexite crystal off of that. Yikes. It's similar to Scry. You look at 3 cards and then can put one of them on top of your deck. Or pick none. Okay. Okay.
Heart and mind as one. Check me out. Thought you'd never ask.
It's a shame I don't have a spell mana, so I can't, like, Moonlight before I do this. We have plenty of elusive blockers, though.
Sounds dangerous. I'm in.
Zoe, what's your name?
Oh, I just spiked this game into the trash can. Is that a card they actually play, or was that another RNG from Karma? Does it tell you if they're generated or not? That was another RNG card. Does it tell you somewhere on here? They usually don't play that card, right? So it's probably got RNG'd.
Gems are superb. Bad for the teeth, though.
So I have 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So this is 10, 11 technically. Oh, but they have a Hexite crystal, right? Yeah, it feels bad, man.
Hey, Zap.
Like we're just dead.
Can't say no to Fizz.
Ooh, does that let me steal it? No, because I can't do this, and this. Wait, what? Okay. Well, we take those. Oh, wait, this is fast, right? Why the fuck is this card fast? Oh my god, I could have... They weren't expecting me to silence this. I guess I'm not supposed to block with Zoe there. I don't know. She had Spell Shield, right? Like, literally the only thing that beats us is some kind of fucked up lucky combat trick like that. I don't know if there's anything I could really learn from that game. Got blown out at like 3 different times from Karma randomly generating spells. If they either hadn't killed Zoe or hadn't had the frostbite the previous turn, we get them on either event. Their attack with Ezreal, they had Karma in play, chat. So their attack with Ezreal there could simply represent having a damage spell that they needed to put damage onto Zoe, that then they play the damage spell, break the spell shield, and then discard it, and then kill her with the second hit. So they could have had things like Mystic Shots or Get Excited there to kill Zoe with the block. And I had a +2 defense card in my hand to beat Mystic Shots and deal 3s. So you're wrong that only represented a thing. They could have had just a damage spell, which they're incredibly likely to have. Like their deck usually plays 3 Mystic Shots and frequently will play some number of Get Excited. I don't really mind playing against control decks. Like the thing that happened in like the Karma Ezreal doesn't even come remotely close to being as like demoralizing as the average Magic control deck. Karma's kind of an example of bad RNG, in my opinion. It's a card where there's no control in the variants, and Runeterra does a good job of having relatively controlled RNG in a lot of instances that I like, but Karma's definitely not one of them. The fact that she's just like literally anything from any regions, right? It's just like any spell. Yes, yeah, exactly what Danny said. Every control deck in Runeterra is closer to combo control for Magic is accurate. It's a different kind of feel, Bad Beck. She only generates from your regions. Where'd they get the Frostbite spell from then? Did something else generated that? Oh, they had to generate a random 6+ mana spell, right? Maybe that's where the Frostbite came from? Still, any spell from your 2 regions is still like a pretty wide net to cast.
Let me at 'em.
No. I'm gonna do this and shove for 6 here. I disagree with your assessment, White Succulent. There are a lot of reasons. Like, you're being very results-based to say, Jeff, the only thing they could have possibly had there is a randomly generated thing that hoses you. It's a super like, you saw this thing happen, so you're convinced it's the only thing that could happen. So this is gonna level to 4. And so levels, it gets to 4 attack. And then 4 plus this is lethal, theoretically, next turn. So I think I want to block defensively here with the assumption that with the assumption that we're going to try and kill them next turn. I disagree with you, Moist Succulent. Not with their life total in the board state. Like, they're literally dead on the backswing, so. So you're entitled to your opinion. I'm telling you I disagree with it, so let's drop the topic at this point. Nice silence. Thanks for the biddies. I do have the Fizz emote queued up on this one. So I'm going to have 7 total mana next turn, plus whatever I carry over from this turn. So I think we go ahead and Spell Shield this. And then we'll play a Burblefish. And then next turn we'll go Destiny's Call into this. Attempt to attack for lethal. We're at a nice healthy 10 here. Their removal is largely damage based. It is worth noting I am not going to have a way to protect Fizz. So we just have to hope his Spell Shield is good enough here. Actually perfect. It gave us a burst spell to protect Fizz with. That's what we were looking for on that RNG. So we got 18 points of elusive damage here. Hopefully they're dead. This card is such a great finisher in this archetype. Giving it to a Zoe or a Zoe, a Fizz, or a Burblefish. I'm coming in. Because this doesn't have any damage marked on it already, we should be safe from the removal that could have. Noxious has, like, destroy target damage things, but they can't target it and then deal the damage as well. Damage it and then play the kill a damage thing in the same breath. Wow, we needed the blood bait, chat. All right, sometimes lucky. We needed the burst spell off of him. Clean limit. And our turn to swing back around to the variance. Although, to be fair, ours is a little bit more narrowed variance, right? Could they have ordered that better? No, Philly. So remember, the way Runeterra works, you don't get to respond like you do in Magic every time something resolves in the stack. So if they put one Get Excited on the stack and then click OK and pass, the whole thing just resolves, including combat. So it works different than Magic's priority system in that way, where in Magic you like, thing resolves, priority happens, thing resolves, priority happens. Runeterra's gameplay is more faster and elegant than that. Faster and more elegant than that. More faster, chat. I play Poppy deck, so I forget. They just whacked her with the Nerf bat again. Okay, so Fizz on the opener is great. We won narrowly. We mulligan the rest of these looking for cheap things to go with Fizz. This hand's not great. You really don't want this one in your opener. It's a finisher. It's not a card we want to start on. Actual disaster. And super awkward.
I am ready. Back it up.
I think I just trade these. I don't have anything to do with the Fizz in the short term. Just go Sparkles into Mentor here. Yeah, I agree, Hobbit.
Looking into the future, I see
Small hotfix patch outside of their normal cycle seems good. We cast the 8-mana spell yet? Yeah, we won the last game with it, Lampton. We made a Burblefish at 10-9 and killed them when we were dead on board. Sharp-sighted and curl up in a little ball and cry. Alright, good beats. Good beats. They could still have sharp sight and just like wanted to play Tarek this turn though. Things to note.
we are all soldiers this day.
Gotta go with the flow.
Sharp. Bleed, we must. Never submit.
Hey, it's an all-in on Sparklefly game, chat, which is not really where we want to be against another Targon deck. Does not bode well for our hero. Our whole start this game was pretty awkward though, so. No.
We fall as light upon darkness.
Okay. I guess we could vomit out these gems in a Burblefish here and push damage. I don't hate that. Gives us another blocker for next turn, too. Ah, shit. This is a deal 3. Spread these out. Can we position in a way that lets us kill with this next turn, potentially?
Darkness hides in my
This is 10. So I need 2 of these to survive.
Unyielding. To preserve beauty and protect all life.
Hide no longer.
Hey, chat. 1 is not none. And then we technically have lethal next turn. Oh, we're gonna get killed by Fated. Have a combat trick. This game's been really close considering how bad our opener was. We had like a Fizz with nothing to do. Yeah, it'll do. I mean, to be fair, that wasn't a buff. And that's where you end up at in a spot with a deck like what we're playing a lot of the time. You're just like doing the math and figuring out what you can play around, and sometimes you're going to be able to, and sometimes you're not. Sad. It's sad that Sparklefly got hit with a nerf bat because of Lee Sin. Lee Sin harassing me even when I'm not playing against it.
Trickster never loses because
Zoe
Zoe makes the rules.
makes the rules. Because of Nami? I mean, they also like nerfed Nami too, right?
I bear a message from. Oh, hey, what's that?
My body's ready to get sharp-sighted and lose this in exchange. Okay. Running better than expected.
Come out from your shadows, demon!
Mystical levitation requires concentration.
It's possible we're supposed to just play a goat there to play around a single combat.
To death I go.
Well, a little sad we have to wait till January for me to be able to click outside of Runeterra. It's so awkward that the sound just disappears.
Reality is just your mind crumbling under what it doesn't understand, silly.
What it doesn't understand, silly.
My shield is yours.
Still power.
They can eat this, then we push 6 here. Let me get a Zoe trigger.
I'll stop you.
Are you the one?
Get a bunch of gems here too. Generate a couple of cards here. Couple 2/6. Burble fishes will be much cheaper here in a moment. They burned off 1 mana they couldn't use. So I can play out 4 gems.
Honor guide me.
I can play out 4 gems, this and both of these this turn.
Mother Runeterra.
I did hear they buffed Luck. She was one of my favorite champions that I played previously. She's on my list to get around to. We just had like too many game releases all at once. Like Runeterra, Pokemon Unite, and Magic all did like big releases last week. We're gonna do Runeterra the next few afternoons, tomorrow and Thursday as well. So we're gonna play a few different things. Yeah, Lux is 5 mana. Alright, so like good chance they have a sharp sight here, right? Is there anything that punishes me for playing Fizz before attacking? Yes, and our generated spell could just dome the Nexus. It's also true. Yeah, I want Dragonite too. Sunday, right? Sunday the 19th. You get it?
Got your back.
We cry out, no more gods, no more demons!
Well, he gets like infinite keywords now, right? He did not get Spell Shield. Or he did not get... Oh, he did get Elusive. Yikes. And he got Lifesteal too. Well, shit. That's a punish for what I did there. I guess we could generate a double stun. This doesn't have Spell Shield, right? Nope. They could still have a single combat. I'm expecting a single combat to make me sad. I don't think they've played one yet this game, right? That was the other one. Oh no, they did play one. They played 2 single combats this game?
No closer.
Gosh, we're so close. Wait, if they don't open attacks, I can generate a Doom Beast and kill them, right? That's they opened attacks.
Head up!
Man. Oh.
You must we fight?
Oh, this one doesn't have trample. This is focus speed, chat.
You're boring.
Do I want a Daybreak or a Nightfall card? Do I want a Daybreak or a Nightfall card? Yes, the Shark can vulnerable this and pull it to the right. We want Nightfall for the silence. Okay. Yeah, that's true. Okay, that'll also do.
Invisible to the ignorant.
Technically dead on board. Oh.
Together, stranger.
Oh my god, I punted! Oh! Oh, Chad, if I parlayed them, we would have killed it. Holy shit. If I would have parlayed, we would have had exactly 11, right? Fuck. Close game. Close game. GG, opponent. Man. So parlay. Parlay did. Parlay does 1 damage. You know, I almost mentioned it too. I almost was like, I don't know. I almost was like, I don't know what. I almost mentioned maybe we should do this for 1 point of damage on their end of turn because they passed and I had 1 mana up. I should just put the point of damage in. That was a good game. I don't mind losing when it's not bullshit random generation. That's a huge range. The sand's really bad. Yikes. Yeah, if you don't have Fizz or Zoe, you full again. Oh, they passed, and now my... Yikes. That was a mistake.
Gotta go with the flow.
I didn't click in my head that I was ending the turn when I clicked that. I should have pocket aced this last turn. I lost a ton of resource efficiency here now. I think I'm supposed to hold this at this point, so that way I can use this to protect from a deal 3 with the amount of resources they have up at the moment. Doesn't feel good though.
Invisible to the ignorant.
Insulate this so I can get playing stuff out here.
Come on in.
Fear not death.
Were they still dead, Dark Rider? I have to go back and look at what the counting is. You might be right that I was correct to hook something else. You're right that anything could hook with vulnerable. You might be correct that I was supposed to hook the vulnerable with something else. Yeah, but they might have still been dead to all the other elusives, Geoff. And the way they ended up having a sharp sight.
Curiosities lie ahead. I had a fair little load.
Well, it's not. What you're talking about isn't strictly correct, Dark Rider. Because like the only reason they were able to block one of my elusives was because they specifically had a sharp sight. So in the event that they don't have a sharp sight, your line ends up being a bit worse. You lose to other things. Leaves me at 3. My sequencing was very bad this game. This will probably be our last one with this. We've been sloppy the last couple. Yeah. Let's try one more and go out on a high note. I lied. Let's try one more. So you know Fizz and Pocket Aces in the opener. Bring second, so we'll have 2 draws at one of those or a goat before we have to attack. Okay. So you're saying there's a chance. Yeah, Sunblessed to protect from Pokestick or something like that. Leave Zoe alone! Now I've got 2 more protection spells here and a 3rd. Probably just passing here. I guess if they tap out. I guess with a tap out, we'll go ahead and we'll play Sparkle Fly. So that way we can open attacks next turn. And I think against their more aggressive deck, I am okay with making Super Cool Star Chart cheaper here. Especially with a pickup of Fizz. Having a cheap or possibly free burst spell has a lot of value.
Locked and loaded. Adjustments.
Impact, quick attack, spell shields. Impact 2. When the strikes while attacking, it deals 1 to the enemy nexus. Okay.
Are you ready? Let's take it for a spin.
Unseen, unheard.
Well, they did have to discard 3 cards when they played it. So, it's a lot less free than your average questing beast. Start here. We could get a cheap blocker. Trades with the 3-2 nicely. Draws another card to keep some velocity going. Yeah, I don't think Robo's bad. I'm just pointing out that there's a cost to giving him keywords. It's not just like free like questing beast. It's more the point of my mentioning it. Spell mana here.
Let us take a peek at life beneath the waves. Mystical levitation requires concentration.
Try and pump up Sparkle Fly here so we can get racing. Probably pocket aces in it as well and get in for 5 so we can get up to 14. We want to play a spell before we attack anyways so Fizz can gain elusive. We're at a virtual 16 with the guiding touch here.
Are they still here?
Does Bandle City have any hard removal? I should really sit down and go through the last couple of sets of Runeterra so I get a little bit better idea of the cards I'm playing around. Yeah, that counts as hard removal. Well, they have Mini Morph too. Yeah, I have played with Mini Morph.
Good. You go.
Okay, so what does this do when it's leveled? When you deal damage to enemy X's, create a random Mecha Yordle in hand, or if you have one, grant all Mecha Yordles +1/+1 and reduce their cost by 1. Okay. Sure. And this doesn't have Overwhelm? It has Overwhelm from Scion? Okay. Only 6 though. Be interested to see if they open attacks or not next turn, because if they don't open attacks, they give me a window to gem the Sparkle Fly back up in health. So is it 5 health we could heal it back up to? Or are they gonna kill this before we can? Kill the weakest enemy! Poor Zozo. Poor Zozo. So young, chat. So young. So we're gonna have 7 resources, which means we can have 8 + 3 for 11 for next turn. So we could theoretically. It's a 2nd level champion. I gotta imagine that's bad for us. Overwhelm. It's a lot of scary text, chat. It's a lot of scary text. All right, one double stun, please. Yikes. All right, well. Never lucky indeed. I'm at a virtual 16. Does that let me survive, though? So, let's say they order these 2 first. I can put this in front of here. And then I could put, that means I take 7, 13, and then I could heal this and put it in front of here, and then I don't die. So I think that's actually fine. I think I'm gonna grab the Trickster. Oh, Rebel's Impact is gonna deal 2. Good shout. Yeah, the eye would have told me that.
Fear not death.
No fear.
Comfort systems online.
Easy, pal. Keep your helmet on.
Okay, so yeah, what's going on, Nick? I played a little bit in the afternoons. I think we just set up 2 lethal threats and hope one of them gets through, right? So we can like gem the Sparkle Fly and we can Destiny's Call the Zoe and then just ship both in and hope that one of them does it. They could obviously have some combination of things here that gets us for that. I guess they have things that deal 2, right? So I should double gem this. Well, so if I Destiny this Sparkle Fly, I only have 1 lethal unit because they're at 7. Because this takes all 11 of my mana. Whereas if I Zoe, I can gem Destiny Zoe and then have 2 lethal attackers, which I think is the correct line. I think we do this to play around a deal 2. All right, we hope that. Hope that this is good enough.
Boss says you gotta start winning more.
Better start paying.
Alright, sick. Yeah, I think presenting 2 lethal threats there is probably correct.
That was super fun, and I gotta say,
So outside of the Ezreal Karma matchup, that was really good. I mean, even the ones we lost in there had a lot of good small things. People that have been playing more. This is largely a list that I had played the last time I played Runeterra. Are there any new cards in here that I should be considering? Are there any additions? I did a quick skim of things and I didn't see anything. There aren't any like new elusives that I should consider. This card's not terrible. I could see this being something worth trying. I don't know when this card released. This card's new to me, chat. I don't have them crafted. that one's new to me. Elite Admiral. 3 mana for a protection spell's a lot. For every 2 spells you cast in a round, grant other allies 1/1. Maybe 5 mana's a lot. 5 even Zap feels kind of expensive in this deck sometimes. It's for the Fall of Vanilla Fish. It is new. I think that 3-2 might be worth testing, because this is not dissimilar. This is not dissimilar to what's it called? The Lenari Shadestalker. Obviously, it's a little bit more restricted in what you have to play, but the art in this game is so good. All right, any rate, that's gonna wrap on Runeterra for the afternoon. We're gonna be playing a Runeterra deck every afternoon